Hi, everyone. So I was kind of going back and forth. Do I do the full moon eclipse reading, or do I do a TwinFlame Soulmate Divine Partner reading? And I kept fighting with myself about it, but like deep inside, I know that I need to do the Divine Partnership reading because I know a lot of people with all these shifts that are going on, a lot of people are recognizing their twin flames. A lot of people are recognizing they've been in karmic partnerships for some time too, and they finally learn their lessons. And then once they release that karmic partnership, then miracles, magic starts to happen. And a lot of people are recognizing that they are twin flames, whether they know their twin flame or divine partnership. I'm not like, I'll use the term twin flame, but really it's a divine partnership. It's, whether you're in this lifetime to have a soulmate or a twin flame, it's all really just a divine partnership. February is going to be a month of a lot of up and down shifts. There are no full moons in February. So the very last full moon that we have until we hit March with the Virgo full moon on March 1st is today, which is the 31st. Unless you're in another country and it's already another day, tomorrow. So this is the last full moon, and it's a super moon. It's a blue blood moon, which means there are 2 full moons in 1 month. We all know this. Everybody's been doing videos on it. The thing with the full moon eclipse that happened today, for me, it was this morning because I'm in Central Standard Time. I'm at a girlfriend's house. I'm about ready to go on my last leg of the trip to get home to my boys because I miss them so much. But I wanted to get this out there first. So for the Divine Partnership Union, this eclipse is really bringing to culmination. It's like the new eclipse season because on the 15th, we're going to have another partial solar eclipse in Aquarius. With this eclipse in Leo, it's really all about the heart space, and opening up the heart space and recognizing what it is we truly need inside for our heart space. A lot of people are starting to kind of give up on their unions, especially if they know who their divine partner is, but it's been a struggle. A lot of people it's just a very confusing time. And I think February is going to bring a lot of clarity in situations. Venus will be going into Pisces on the 10th of February. And that's really going to be like the phase, and it'll be there for 4 weeks. So it's like love conquers all kind of feeling. So if you're really confused about your partnership right now, or who you think is your partner, or who you're like wanting to be your partner, but it just hasn't been working, we're going to look at the energies of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and we will see kind of where everybody is right now and through February. I'm actually thinking, I was talking with my girlfriend last night, and I think I might be doing a separate channel for this, just because I know a lot of people don't really care about this whole twin flame divine partnership thing. A lot of people do. So I want to have a separate energetic space for all of us to come to when needed. So let's see how the divine feminine is doing right now, and look into and see and just remember that we all have the divine masculine, divine feminine within us. If the energies for your divine partnership come out, because it is your soulmate, it'll go back and forth. It could be your energy that's coming out. If you're male, this could be your energy that's coming out. If you're female, this could be your energy coming out. It doesn't really matter. It just kind of depends on what phase we're in, where we are in our journey. So keep that in mind as I'm doing this. I'm going to pull one oracle card. Whoa. I don't know if that was the one. It kind of wanted to come out. We'll try again. And then we will look into the divine feminine energy for February and kind of see where she is. I thought about doing weekly readings too. I don't know if I have enough time in my schedule. I do know things are starting to slow down for February, at least until the end of February. So let me know what you think about that, doing weekly readings on a different channel. Possibly. Ooh, detach. Which is kind of what I was talking about. A lot of people coming to the realization that, like, if you as the Divine Feminine feel like you've been energetically like giving and giving and giving and giving and you're not feeling like you're getting anything back, I feel like a lot of Divine Feminine are detaching from the thought process, from the ideals of what is supposed to be and just what should be. Because I've talked to a lot of friends who are in the TwinFlame community with me, because I am a TwinFlame. I'll tell you my story sometime. Today is not that day. But a lot of people a lot of Divine Feminines are recognizing that they really need to start like coming into their own and working on themselves and not energetically giving constantly. And if they feel like they are constantly giving and giving and giving, it's really depleting your own chakra balance. It's, as the Divine Feminine, we really need to come into our own power, because that's the only way the union would ever work, even once you got to it, right? So detaching, and I don't feel like that this could be that feeling that a lot of Divine Feminines are just kind of giving up. And I want to tell you not to give up. Like, you can't ever fully detach. Wow, that was like a whole chunk. You can't fully detach from your divine partner. So what I feel like you really need to do is to just come into your own space. We do have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. I'll show you that first. So really coming into your own space and feeling like you can have that new beginning. These are good cards. There's one that I'm a little worried about, but not too worried. So we have the Eight of Swords. That's the one that I'm sort of worried about. But we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. So this is where you're like in your head and you're like, I'm giving and giving and giving. I just want to have something. I just need to have a little fulfillment in my life, right? We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Star. We have the Fool. And we have the World. And we have the Ace of Cups. So there's hope, right? The Divine Feminine is really searching right now for that leap of faith. Like, how do I take this leap of faith? Like, where do I go? I feel like something's happening. This is like the shift that I'm talking about. This Wheel of Fortune is the shift. You are ready for something lucky to come to you. You're ready for that emotional fulfillment. And I feel like it's coming up very, very soon. And if you are not in union with your divine partner, I feel like the energetic shift that you guys are having right now, you're feeling each other more. And I think that that's a little overwhelming for the Divine Feminine. I think that sometimes we want something so badly, and then, we wish for something so badly. We want to have that energetic connection. We want them to wake up. We want the unawakened twin to wake up. And they haven't yet, and they haven't yet, and they haven't yet, and they haven't recognized and understood like where they need to be already. So I want to say to have faith, have faith in the process. Don't let go. Yes, you can detach yourself from the ideals of like where you're supposed to be aligned right now. Why am I not with my twin already? I don't understand. Because a lot of people, me included, know who their twin is. and can't be with them physically. So it's difficult. And your twin could be at a distance. The world, right? So the detached card to me is really like going within. You know, be the hermit. Go within and look and see what it is that you spiritually still need to work on, because this is a never-ending journey. We're constantly evolving. We're constantly working on ourselves. And if the divine masculine twin is working on themselves at the same time, we're going to look at that. But I feel like energetically and intuitively, you know that there's this detachment from either a karmic partnership that you were in that's concluding, Wheel of Fortune, and you're starting a new beginning. Or you know that if you're not in a partnership right now, a karmic one or otherwise, you need to detach from the ideals of the way that things are supposed to be. Because this is all in divine timing. Like, we can't make shit happen, you know? We can, but when it all comes down to it, we wrote a soul contract when we came. And if you have tried to detach from your twin, and energetically you cannot, good luck with that, because it's really, really hard to. And even if you have like made it clear that you're not doing this, whatever it is anymore, because I feel like some of you have just kind of been like, I'm giving it. And instead of just giving up, give it to the universe, and then don't look back. You know, 7 of Swords, don't look back. Let all of that stuff go behind. Detach from all of that stuff. You know, all of that crap, that junk. Clear yourself. Clear your mind. Because as the divine feminine, we like to sit up in our heads. This is our ego talking and saying that this isn't going to work. I can't do this. It's too hard. I'm not strong enough. So then we lie to ourselves. Right? We have the Empress, we have Strength, and then we have the 10 of Swords, and we have the Ace of Swords. So we go from the 10 of Swords to the Ace of Swords. We also have the Queen of Swords and the 6 of Wands. So that's really funny. So really finding that inner beauty, that inner strength, that Empress quality, you know, and growing with that and being really, really strong. Even if you feel like it's the 10 of Swords season. Even if you feel like everything has just culminated to a point to where you can't handle it anymore. When we get to the 10 of Swords, it's like the end of that cycle. No more beating the shit out of yourself and vice versa. And then we get to the Ace of Swords right after the 10 of Swords, which is clarity and communication and opening up. And this is, really recognizing, this is Mercury in Aquarius, which is happening today, January 31st. Mercury moving into Aquarius, this is where communication speeds up. And I kind of feel like in February communication will start to speed up a little bit, but there will be points, like mid-February, there will be parts of you that will question everything, you know? So I really want you to stand your ground, be like a Queen of Swords, 6 of Wands, Death card, and the Moon. And I feel like it's going to come all the way back to that full moon in Virgo on March 1st. It's like this culmination. So really stand your ground. Know that things will be okay. Know that it will be victorious, right? In the end. And don't give up. You can detach. It's fine. Detach all you need to, but don't give up. Because it's not easy. This whole journey is not easy. And I also want to remind everybody that this journey is not ultimately about being with your divine partner. This journey is about learning how to show humanity what unconditional love is. And what is unconditional love? Loving a person even when they're really, really hard to love. Right? And sometimes we are that person that is really, really hard to love. So we need to remember to unconditionally love ourselves first, because that's where it all starts. Seriously. It really is. My friend's coffee mug coming in hot. I'll show you that. So let's look at what the divine masculine is in store for, what their energy is. I feel like the divine masculine is waking up a little. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the divine feminine is detaching and kind of going in their own direction and knowing that they need to grow themselves and find that like freedom within. And if you are in your divine partnership right now, and you guys are kind of going through that back and forth, you know, is this real? Is this not real? What's going on? You know, because sometimes you feel like you're crazy. And this is happening. Let me assure you that you are not crazy. Especially, I feel like the divine masculine is kind of right now like, I don't really understand what's going on. I know that something's going on, but I don't fully understand it. So for all the masculines out there, whether you're male or female, I want you to take heart that the divine feminine, even though they do seem like they're kind of pulling back a little bit, they're not going anywhere. They are finding their true beauty. They're finding their true strength, because it's been really hard for the divine feminine lately. As we come into our power, I'm sure everybody is looking at the news, you know, the divine feminine is finding their power to step up. We are trying to bust all of the pain and anguish that we have received from our ancestral lines. And patience is a really good word for the divine masculine right now, and take the lead is really good advice. So I feel like it's really time, because the divine feminine energetically took that lead for so long, and now that the divine feminine is kind of stepping back and being like, okay, it's time for you guys to open up, for you guys to look within, for you guys to, and I say guys, right, and I'm not going to get into this again, but we all have divine feminine, divine masculine. It just depends on where you guys are in your journey. So the divine masculine really needs to open themselves up to the possibility that it's time for them to kind of take charge of the relationship. Whatever it is that's been going on in their life, they really need to come into that masculine role, you know, and kind of fight for it, fight for the relationship, fight for what needs to happen, instead of just standing back and like waiting for the universe to take charge. Because that one wanted to pop out real bad. Because you guys have been able to take a back seat. The divine masculine have been able to take a back seat for a while, because, you know, you have balance here, justice. So some of you might be going through a divorce or legal things. We have the Queen of Cups. So this is actually really you guys like using your intuition and kind of getting in touch with your divine feminine side. And opening up to emotional possibilities. I know, it's really hard for masculine sometimes to open up to that. And we have the Knight of Swords. I feel like you guys really are kind of like, you're starting to want to really fight for this and take the lead and take charge. Because the Knight of Swords, and we have the Four of Cups, and usually with the Four of Cups, I would say that this is apathy, but I'm not feeling apathy, especially here. I'm actually feeling like you guys are really contemplating, like, how am I going to do this? How do I make my divine feminine feel better about this union and feel like she doesn't have to detach from me? You know, it's almost like there's a fear there that you might have lost her. And 9 of Wands, 2 of Cups, and the Lovers. So whether you know your divine feminine or not, or whether you, I kind of feel like a lot of you really do. And I feel like a lot of you were either in union or are in union right now, and you're really feeling your divine feminine kind of pull back a little bit, or worried that they will if you don't take charge, if you don't start fighting for the relationship, you know, because there's definitely this connection is really energetically with the divine masculine right now. And it's like you want to give that message that, you know, I'm here, I'm still here, and I want to have this balance. Justice, the Chariot. And I want to tell you that the Tower came up. I saw it a couple of times while I was shuffling. So we have the Tower energy, we have the 3 of Swords, we have the 9 of Swords, we have the Star, and then there's the King of Pentacles. So you guys really want to you want to take the lead. I mean, if you look at the King of Pentacles here, he's really that very stable, grounded, ready to take charge guy. So I think that you guys are coming into the knowing that you have to take the lead, that if you want to make sure that your divine feminine feels secure. And this could be the divine masculine, even if they are unawakened yet. I feel like things are going to happen within the masculine's life in February where there will be a shock. There will be an awakening. And it could just be like this eclipse energy. But something happening where they kind of recognize, like, I can't just really sit back anymore. Like, I have to do something about this. And if they're an unawakened twin, I feel like this is happening energetically in their environment as well. Because they have union on the brain. The masculine has, you guys have union on the brain. And whatever this Tower moment is not going to be easy. It could be that the divine feminine does detach, and that's what your Tower moment is, and that's when you need to take the lead in February. But I want you to remember that, you know, if you have to sit in your head, Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So there's really a almost a culmination of energy, of events that are going to happen in February. And I feel like if the feminine starts to detach a little bit, that's where your Tower moment is going to be. And there's going to be this heartbreak. And it could be through this eclipse time leading up into March. And I think that I think the masculine is going to recognize, you know, where's that healing that I need? Where's that ultimate healing that I need so I can take the lead in this? How do I fix this? And if it's an unawakened twin, they're really up in their head about, like, I feel like that a lot of unawakened masculines or unawakened feminines are going to be awakening. And often the feminines are the ones that waken first, and then the masculine follows. But if you're a divine feminine and you're watching this and your masculine is not awake yet or knows about the union but just doesn't accept it or understand it, I feel like there's going to be a moment in February where there will start to become a shock, a moment, a very needed downtime, all up in my head part. And then, I mean, like, look at the magic behind that chariot and that card. Like, that's serious magic. Pushing forward, pushing. And so this is divine timing. This is the universe pushing the divine masculine forward in the process. And it's, like I said, February is going to be really interesting energetically with the universe, with the planets. You know, there will be some very calm, very loving energy coming in, but there will also be some very conflicting energy, especially towards the middle. And I'll probably do another one of these, you know, just during that time, because with the partial solar eclipse and the conflicting energies, it'll be very interesting for the twin flame community. So, I feel like the divine masculine is coming to a recognition of where they need to be and where they currently are that is not working. And I feel like the moment that's going, and they're coming into their divine feminine, you know, I feel like the divine feminine is really on the brain, is really energetically within the divine masculine right now. And I like that feeling because it's been such a disconnect for so long, that this opening and awakening that is happening throughout the community is really like, it's a beautiful feeling. I hate that it came to a tower moment for the masculines, but I think that it was needed. It was due time. It had to happen. So I am going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much, you guys. And I will let everybody know when I do start the new channel that will be like strictly for the twin flame community. I just want to separate the energies from the general tarot readings in this. So, and if you guys would like to have a personal reading, you can catch me on the InstantGo app. I do have on my website, for those who do not have iPhones, I now am offering an email, one question for $10 email service. So you can order that on my website and then send me the question and I will email you back. And any other personal readings are on my website if you would like to check that out. So I hope you guys are having a really good February. I hope you had a really good eclipse. I'm actually feeling pretty good with it. So I know that everybody's eclipsing things out of their lives, whether it's ideals, people, whatever, places, moving on. But good things are coming in with the eclipse as well. It's not just clearing. Things are coming in as well. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye.